Hi folks, welcome to Federal Premium's Vital Zone. This week I'm going to be up in Saskatchewan, Canada. It is cold, but the bucks are definitely rutting, so let's go right to the hunt. As you can tell, I'm perched up a poplar tree right there pretty high. I mean, I look like I weigh 400 pounds. I mean, it is extremely cold. You got to have the right clothes. Had some does out there coming in, and this time of the year, when you get does coming in, there's a real good chance there's going to be a shooter buck behind them. So, as I kept sitting there, during the afternoon right there, I looked off to my right in a thicket right there. Here's a pretty nice buck. So couldn't get a shot at him right there because it was just too thick. But he started trying to make his way, and the biggest thing here when you're cold, you got to get your gloves, get your fingers out of your gloves, try to get a shot. And this buck started working his way up toward the does, and the does started getting a little bit nervous. Some of them started running, so I'm just trying to get ready right here and to see if I have an opportunity, because there's kind of some thick cover right there. As you can tell, that buck right there is pretty much stopped facing right to me. So I've made this shot before. It's not perfectly broadside shot that I like, but we can make this shot. So I took the crosshairs right here, came up his front part of his left leg, got in the center of his chest, and I knew the angle was going to be good. I just needed a good rest. Now let's go take a look at the shot. When the shot went off, I could tell I hit the buck for sure. But let's do this. Let's put it in slow motion and see exactly where that bullet hits the deer. As you can see the red dot right there, that's basically where I was aiming. The only thing I was worried about, I just didn't want to hit any of that small brush right there, but I made sure that I cleared that when I put my scope up. Now let's do this. Let's go to the Federal Premium Vital Zone and see exactly where that bullet goes through the vitals. As you'll notice, the bullet coming in right here, we hit the front part of the left lung, through the top of the heart, all the way through the liver, and out the intestines on the opposite side right there. And this was definitely a fatal shot. This buck right here, he didn't go 60 yards and piled up in the snow. A great buck. But one tip I'll give you right there, folks, as that buck was coming in and he stopped, those does were getting out of there. I didn't see another place that he could stop that I'd have an opening to get a broadside shot. So I made the decision I was going to shoot him, kind of quartering to me right there. Now, one thing I did is I turned my scope down to about 4 power so I could see, because I had all that little brush right there. You don't want to be up at 8 to 10 power when you got a lot of thick stuff in front of you. Otherwise, you're going to clip the limbs. And I made sure I could see those limbs right there and put my scope to the left of that limb. I was fortunate to hit basically where I aimed right there. So I was fortunate to get a nice buck, but that's another buck, part of the Federal Premium Vital Zone.